What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another vlog. And as you can see, your girl is already outside. This morning was a little bit hectic. Well, it was a little slow and then it got a little hectic real fast. So we're already outside. Now, today, well, before we talk about today, let me tell you about my week. My week has been a fucking drag. This week really did suck. I don't know what it was like going to work. Work always feels like a punishment, but literally going to work this week felt like a punishment. Time was going by really, really slow. Oh my God, cramping so bad. And also, this week was very humbling. So I had two meetups this last week. I had a lunch and learn meetup where we meet up to talk about like career choices, pivots, all the things, sharing what we do and how we can how we moved into the positions that we're in today. Y'all, nobody showed up. That shit was crazy. So then I was like, you know what? I know sometimes when meeting new people, sometimes people are, a little sketchy about meeting large groups of new people. So aside from me making the meetups intimate, I was like, you know what? Let me do like a virtual meetup. One person got on the call. Listen, that was those both of those events were very humbling experiences, especially because since I started having my meetups, everyone hasn't shown up to every meetup, but somebody has shown up to every meetup. But I really appreciate the one person that did show up to the virtual meetup because we cackled the whole time. Like, we had a great conversation. We will definitely be hanging out very, very soon. And that was just a reminder, like, don't focus on the numbers. And that's something I really have to like remind myself, especially since I'm new in the content space, doing my podcast. I'm new to vlogging, just putting myself out there in general. I'm one of those people, I'm always like looking at the numbers like, oh my God, like what is it now? Do I have more subscribers? How many views do I have? And it's like, girl, chill. So I'd have to do that with my content. And I also have to do that with my meetups. Like, it's not about the quantity. Yes, I do want people to show up because that's what I'm doing it for. But also it's about quality. And I just want to make sure like that the experience is there because I'm always here for the vibes and I want to provide the vibes. So I want to focus on the quality of the experience and make sure I'm appreciating whoever is actually in the room. So, with that being said, we are about to go support a Black owned business. We're about to go get some coffee. I'm meeting up with my friend Lauren. Hi, Lauren. Hello. She hung up.
Do it after. You smell good.
Thank you. All right, you guys. So we had our coffee at Mood Cafe and we had lunch and it was so good. And now the thing about Mood Cafe is it's attached to some apartments. And I actually was considering moving over here, but I never got around to actually doing a tour. So we went ahead and we scheduled a self tour of the apartment. So let me show you around. This is the lighting from the closet. This is so tea. The only thing that is missing is the freaking window. How did the smaller bedroom end up with the window in the closet, but the master does not? If y'all enjoy doing tours, let me know in the comments because we can start doing this. We're actually thinking about doing some open houses, but if you're into looking at tours, this may be something that I'll start doing. So our tour is over and now we're about to head out. But before we go, let's have a dance break. Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you a good girl, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it, see it. So we finally made it to the park. We're about to walk around, enjoy the scenery. Real quick before we get into it, let me tell y'all about Lauren. So we meet up at the park, right? We started out trailing each other. Some point, she said her GPS told her to go straight, and she saw me making a left turn. Now she didn't call me. She said, "You know what? I just figured we end up at the same spot." Now this is perfect timing because she's been to this park before, and this is the map of the park. Now you tell me if we're going in two separate directions, how you figure we're going to end up in the same place.
Well, it's thinking about it differently.
So I end up in the park 10 to 12 minutes in another direction. And she's all the way over here at another part of the park. But it's okay because we made it. And now we're walking on the trail. Where you been and where you hiding? I know you're lying. Don't you try it, no. You really shouldn't play with fire. Put it out with water. But now you're drowning. There's been a whole lot of trying, whole lot of crying, whole lot of telling me I should be dying or be like you. But I don't wanna be like you. There's been a whole lot of trying, whole lot of crying. So we've been walking around the park and it has been so peaceful. Just like look at the scenery, y'all. Just like take it all in. Literally, like people are out here fishing, families are out here, the ducks are out here. Everybody's enjoying the sun. They're all the way down there. You can't see them, but trust me, they're enjoying the sun. And just being out here walking, touching grass. Literally, I took my shoes off and planted them in the grass because sometimes you just really have to ground yourself. And nature, although I don't love the bugs, nature is literally your best friend. It literally keeps us alive. So, you know, what can you say? But I came out here and it was very therapeutic for me because I've been reflecting a lot lately about like where I am in life and what I want to do with my life, how I want my future to look. And obviously, you don't want to plan things out too much because you just never know where life is going to take you. Like, you can hope for the best and say what you want, but I think we've lived long enough to know now that we don't always get what we want. But I do know how I want to feel in the future. I may not know exactly where I want to be, but I do know that if I do the work, how I can be feeling in the future. And luckily for me, I've at least done the work up to this moment to where I finally feel like I trust myself again. And it took a long time for me to get to this moment because I felt like I had made so many bad decisions in the past. And I literally just didn't trust my own decisions anymore. It's like, girl, do you know what you're doing? Do you know what's best for you? Maybe you need to go back to your... Never mind. I was about to say go back to my parents, but they didn't really know what they... Okay, we ain't gonna go there. But anyways, it was just like, you know, do you know what you're doing? Do you know, like, what you're doing to yourself? Every time I felt like giving people another chance, to play with me, basically. They didn't mean it. Let me just give them one more opportunity. You know what? Let me just stay here a little bit longer. This job, they don't see my worth yet, but if I keep working hard enough, they'll finally see it. And I now know that, listen, doing more work in the circus act isn't going to make people appreciate you. If you're already jumping around, doing cartwheels and shit, and they don't appreciate you already, just doing that, trust me, upping up the ante isn't going to make them appreciate you anymore. So I'm just to the point to where I trust my decisions. I feel solid. I feel safe. And no matter what, I know that I'm doing what's best for me. And I now accept the fact that it may not always make sense to everybody. There's quite a few things I'm pretty sure I have done or I am doing that people just don't understand. They don't get it, and they probably don't like it. But I really don't give a damn. All right, y'all. So your girl finally made it back home. I am hungry as hell, and I'm also feeling so outdoorsy. So I am definitely gonna go ahead and hop in the shower, and then we're gonna cook dinner, and then we're gonna call it a night. All right, so we have showered, we have cooked dinner. Dinner is looking really, really good, as you guys can see. So before I dive on into it and stuff my face, I just want to thank y'all for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoy the scenery and hopefully you learned a little bit about me today. I'm enjoying just expressing myself. I'm enjoying sharing my life with other people. And just, really testing my creativity. I'm really enjoying this journey, and I hope you guys are enjoying it too. If you've made it to this part of the episode and you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you go ahead and take a moment and subscribe. And before you go, drop down in the chat, what was your favorite part about this vlog? And what is some stuff that you may like to see more of? It has been really fun hanging out with you guys today, but your girl is starving. So I'm going to head on out, and I hope you guys have a really good night and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Ladies, if you're ever coming out to go walking in the park, definitely make sure you have your mace. You have that protective keychain with the little knife and the stab on it, favorite. And then you also want to make sure at least one contact knows where you are and that your location is in. Okay? Have a good day. this is nice.
Park tips.